Well, good day, tubes. Well, I'm not in the garage today. I'm in the kitchen, and I'm going to make up some kind of a tomato dish. It's that time of year. We got 15 gallons of tomatoes and off of our tomato plants this year, and we had to pick them a little early because we had a -4 frost, Celsius -4, about a week ago or more, and now we've got tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is rinse up some of them. There they are in the sink. We've got all different kinds of tomatoes here. We've got Caspian Pinks, which are an heirloom variety, Romas, Better Boys. The Better Boys usually get a split on the top. Early Girls usually come out, Early Girls usually come out more like a store tomato, a little more generic. But anyway, they're going in a frying pan. This thing right here, this is my compost pot or whatever. We just put that under the cupboard, and when it's full we take it out to the compost bin. And that's about it. So let's just get going. I'm going to rinse these first. So I had one tomato that was a little too soft on one side, so I cut it in half. Half went into my compost container, and the other half went into here. So now I'm going to start cutting up the tomatoes and sticking them in the pot. I'm going to use the softest ones first. That's enough of this dilly-dallying around. Okay, we'll start with that, and we'll get it on the stove. Now this is going to end up being a spicy Italian sausage sauce, and over a bed of rice, kind of a, I don't think there's a name for this dish, but you can do anything with this kind of a sauce. You can make it over pasta, you can, you could turn it into a chili, you could do it over rice like a jambalaya. I have no idea. We're going to see what we end up with. This is the fun when you're cooking. So now I'm going to cut up an onion. A little more. Okay, that's 3/4 of an onion. I'll probably add it all. So we'll come back in a little bit when I get some more stuff to cut up. Okay, it's only been about 2 minutes since I put these tomatoes on high. I'm not going to cook them on high for a long time, but we got to start putting stuff in here. So, salt. I'm guessing ½ teaspoon, I don't know. Pepper. I'll probably come back and put in more of everything. Okay, garden basil. What's that, about 3/4 of a teaspoon? We'll start with that. Oregano. Well, oregano is very aromatic, so you can, I'll add about the same amount. Look, there's a stick in there. Look, that much oregano and maybe more. Yeah, let's do a little more. It's just too fun. For those of you that are learning to cook on something like this, you just keep going until it tastes about right. I'm not even anywhere close here on this, because I'll probably still add more tomatoes and that onion you saw me cut up. Going to put a little bit of garlic salt in here. No, hey, let's use I'm going to use some minced garlic, but not just yet. I don't want it to overcook the garlic. And just a little bit of Cajun ground pepper, or ground peppers. Seeing so this might end up as jambalaya, kind of, sort of, but not really. Okay, I'm going to turn this down because I don't want to scorch anything. We'll get the lid on it. And we're just going to take a break. Alright guys, now I'm just cleaning up the garden peppers that I grew. We've got a really short growing season in Canada, so in Red Deer, if I can grow something like that outside, I'm pretty happy. I don't have a greenhouse. So I'll cut my garden ones first. Okay, I'm going to put that into the mixture on the stove. So now I've put the peppers and the onions in here. And now we're going to put some spicy peppers in here. Okay, for lunch, just a quick sliced tomato, and the cheese is really thinly sliced on this because you don't want to be having the two conflict too much with each other. So that's just a quick toasted tomato sandwich with mayonnaise, Canadian old cheddar on a 7-grain whole wheat bread. Yeehaw! Okay guys, I've made an executive decision. Some of these tomatoes are still a bit soft, so they're going into the sauce. Okay, these are my, right here, are my little tiny zucchinis from the garden. We had that big frost, like I said, and I went out and picked everything the day before the big frost. So we're going to get baby zucchini in our tomato, whatever kind of sauce I'm making. Alright, let's cut some of these up. So I'll stick them on this plate. I'm going to wash up, these are mushrooms. Now if I was doing these onions for a steak, I wouldn't get them this wet. Mushrooms, sorry, did I say onions? See, now I've got more volume. I got more volume. I'm going to put the rest of this onion in now. So there's my mushroom and zucchini mix. That'll be going in soon. This is going to town. I turned it back up to high because I added some more tomatoes. Now if it sticks a little bit on the bottom, that's not a big deal because that just adds a little flavor. But you don't want to burn it. It's starting to look like something now. It's time for a mini cleanup. Hey guys. This is just a... This piece of pepper here is just a patio pepper. It's not very spicy. But this one, it's a cayenne, and it's going to be hot. I'm going to put it in. It's going to taste a tiny bit of this here. Okay, I'm eating a piece that big, and that might sting my tongue. Oh yeah, that's what that's what I'm talking about. Gosh, I don't know if I should put that in there or not. That's good stuff, man. I'll let you know in a bit. Alright, we're getting close. It's still, what do you call that? Thickening up or rendering down. So now I'm going to add the mushrooms and the zucchini, which again is going to add more moisture to this, so we're going to have to keep this thing bubbling away for a few hours. And then for just a little tiny bit of flavor, just a tiny bit of wine here. Not too much, because it's already wet. This is getting bigger now. Alright. So now the other half of this operation, we're going to start doing the Italian sausage. Yeehaw! Okay. So I'm just going to skin these. And then crumble them up. I turn the pan on high. Still haven't decided whether I'm going to use all that sauce or not. I might divide it in half, put this in, and then make my decision. Do I have a hard time making decisions? Yes and no. Okay. We'll have a look. I use a different spatula. So this will take about 10 minutes. So we'll come back. Do I add you or not? I ate just a tiny sliver end off that, and I had to get a glass of milk to cool my mouth off. Yes, tubes, it's going in. Seeds, ribs, and all. Wish me luck. Alright, I'm going to pour this into the smaller pot. To give me an idea how much volume I have. I'm not going to put the grease from the sausage in, just the sausage. And then just a tiny bit for flavor. How much do we have left? We have that much left. Let's go for it. And today we're going to put it over rice. And I am still going to cook this down another 10% or so. Holy jumping Dinah, that looks good. Let's get it back on the stove. Well, there we are. It's perfect, I think. I'm going to take this off the heat, put it back there, and just let it cool and gel a little bit, and then it'll taste even better at supper time. It's 1:46 p.m. and when we fire this back up at 5:30, it'll just be great. Okay, tubes, the experiment continues. I just had a couple of small cobs of corn that were too small to prepare as corn on the cob, so I cut the kernels off and I put them in here. So we'll probably get a couple more updates before this is finished. See you later. So there's the final product, folks. I'm not going to show you when we eat this, but we're going to heat it back up to a good firm boil, and then we'll just pour it over rice and have our salad. Alright, to go along with my Italian sausage sauce, I made up a salad. Now it doesn't look that big until you see my hand. That's a big salad. So anyway, thanks for watching. You saw it first on BTH V1 TV.